Another fine day, another wonderful day, another beautiful day, and that's the people they surprise you. And how did Toridey today this so? Yeah, now so it could be for some time. Now so it could be for some time. We'll go through situations and now we'll see how we fix things, how we structure things, how we manage things. Uh, I want to make sure see the volume day on.
Yeah, I hope so. Our volume day on.
Yeah. We should start the broadcast now for 3 days.
Yes, I believe so.
Did you see the live?
Yes.
Okay. The volume day okay.
Volume day fan, yeah.
Yeah, so soccer fans, soccer people. More story, more talk wetin dey happen today. Plenty in them football, especially. Plenty people don't want to ask me about palava referee and this that. They don't send me images. Oh, see there, I referee them. Oh, this that. I'm not no worry. We'll talk about them. But we'll start with Samuel Etofis and. Right up to now, wetin dey happen, especially about the situation wey be happen, come dey expect say when they don can make clarifications, then we'll address them.
I mean the situation.
Completely.
The situation with the if they like those blogger they don't put out, but they don't actually give the whole picture of the situation. So they gave the part that like favoring them because actually they are preparing.
intention.
Yeah, they are preparing for the next federal elections, and their intention is to weaken the actual executive as more as they can. So yeah, actually the situation was true, but they didn't point out the whole picture. It was true that Russia Federation sent money to a personal bank account of Samuel Eto'o in Qatar, and the point is that they failed to point out the reason why, and they even also failed to point out that the money was actually reversed to the federation account in Cameroon, and also they failed to point that it happened with the mandate from the executive committee. It was not like something that Eto'o did on his own and then kept the money for himself. As they wanted us to believe. So yeah, it was actually true, but the facts were truncated, if I can say it that way. The facts were not completely pulled out. So yeah.
And I think that we don't try to talk. That's one thing we've been trying to say, right? Shout out to you, Tabi. I beg also talk about how Ndaze don't sack HDC boss, deny wetin homologation talk, and our football for Southwest now conclude. Bro, I think your call we extend that part because no put that on top, put on top stuff. That thing they should be very delicate. Okay. I think now you will call we explain with that one. So person tag me for some video, but we need really understand what the person is travel to, and then the person just tag me now. But when we open phone lines, you maybe call we explain that for we what happen. By the way, like I the one talk, that's the same thing we've been saying. We'll be on the talk for year. They say the money. No, the money probably be come off for Russian Federation, and we all explain or why it began to be possible. The problem we'll get now, like when we're trying to be objective, we're trying to be honest and sincere. So people they just want that we go destroy. So other person. I beg when I share documents, make we take I chop Xmas.
What document again?
I don't know what he's talking about. So I think that case now rest it already rest soon. The other thing where they happen now, palava referee them.
Yeah.
By the way, the Tico match will be talk about and the other time it may be end because according to Tico supporters them they be cheat them, so they enter with fee stop the game. Fika Food be decide say they will go continue the game. They decide say they will go Fika Food Southwest. That very Fika Food Southwest will say they corrupt, say they don't take money, they want to cheat that people. They decide to go continue the game, and according to which they continue the game, and then the Tico win. So I think they don't qualify for the next round. And they see they say they fake who corrupt, and they see them talk say, oh, they don't go corrupt them for go start the game again. What do you think about the fact say they go continue the game?
To be honest, that situation I'm not really familiar with that. But for what I know is this situation of insecurity of referees is been going on for quite some times now. And from what I can gather here left and right is even worse at the southwest regions, when some people are alleging that referees are selling games selling games like that. And so their decision on the field are being really questioned by player and questioned in a violent way. And then we know, and it's bringing in the crisis we are facing now, that we're even hearing now that the referee decided to retaliate as well whenever they feel threatened. So there's a lot of I'll say what shenanigans going around, going around as far as referees are concerned. So I think you have more material on that, because I really didn't do my research on the referee, especially as far as Howard is concerned. But I have the broad material of the general view of how it's been going so far. So if you know better,
Tabi call me. Maybe now you go explain for when my chef will see what I can connect this.
The phone?
No, not be the phone. Tabi call. Maybe now you go explain with you. The chat will talk about the homologation, and then Tabi I bet call. We maybe now you go explain what we wait to go that homologation, and then if we know because I need understand the chat will talk today. So Fikafu Southwest go on for repeat the game. Where they never homologate the game. We are defending a federation that cannot even pay referees. I don't know where to the travel talk. I know even answer you. What be there for this one? There was a time he did not pay Cameroonians for how many years? Wouldn't be so now go kick it out. We know why if federation they get challenged right now. Now because na papa minister don't decide for hang for their neck. Yeah. So the situation as if it happened with Southwest, Tico had a game and there was some situation because some persons say, fans the jumping star fee. Fans the jumping star fee stop game. At the end of the day, fans the jumping star fee stop game, but he did it. They go, but I don't know if Tabi the talk for yesterday. Without the homologation decision, me say homologation committee no even she don't for decide about the game. Fikafu just send them back for FIFA go play the game. So now we expect people like Malik for Kamakan to say no, it's wrong. They go for wait me homologation committee see it and then decide about the game before send them back for fee. So I don't know.
At the same time you talk, at the same time you read them comments.
I don't want to
finish with the idea.
I don't me ask you call.
Finish your idea.
Yeah, I remember. So and at the chaos that way with the travel talk say if we start for no respect, we not respect rules for the game, we not respect rules about everything. Guess what? Now so we'll continue and it will continue being away to chaos. Take for instance. Some group of people will talk the other day. They say, "Oh no, it be okay, me a beat referee. It be okay, me fans." And now referee they also beat player.
Yeah.
And then you see some people they now they want to make a bill and fun say, "Oh, when they talk about coup, they tell if you don't tap support that they say it's okay for them to break law, beat referee. It means a referee they doing a human being they get right for break law, beat players." So, since we want chaos, go ahead.
So what I want to say about that is like it's something that is really concerning, right?
Let me answer the call.
Yeah.
Hello? Second, in the cup hours.
All right. So it's been very concerning, this referee issue. Yeah, because when it started.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Baba.
Yeah, finally you answered. Um, I'm very passionate about Southwest football. Very, very passionate about because that's where I'm from.
Hmm.
The match between Tico and Boya City took place yesterday.
Yeah.
And if you have been following up, that decision for the match to take place came on Saturday evening without a proper decision from the homologation committee that's headed by Barrister Fumbo Jerry. He stated it, and in the homologation decisions, Tico United versus Boya City was supposed to be replayed. That was what happened. Was what was supposed to happen. But the bone of contention is LX4 legend. And LX4 legend, according to homologation committee, in which the video you're talking that you have intact was Barrister Jerry saying that his decision was not respected. They did not care about his decision, and they even removed him from the WhatsApp group of the federation. He was kicked out. And that shows the impunity in which the Southwest Federation is going. And it's something that I was, in my own words, I'll say the Southwest Federation is in a state of emergency, in which people of power, if you listen to Barrister Jerry, he said prominent people take decisions without the homologation committee's consent. Because how can a homologation committee, a committee of 4 people sit down, which is their job, decide that the match against Expo is cancelled and an elite referee was not supposed to blow the match? The match report was sent by a scan. It was not given in written form. That everything there was wrong, and the decision of the federation says that Legend is going to play the semi-finals against Fako United or who on Wednesday. It's terrible. And they have now developed a new world in the Southwest behind closed doors. We're now in a conclave where football is being played and the fans are outside waiting for white smoke to come out. They celebrate, whether it's heartbreaking or not. So it's really terrible for our federation. I'm not really interested about what's happening at national level, but the incident today with Isosa is disgraceful. Yeah, as somebody likes to read, I went and checked. Players attacking referees or referees attacking players is something that is mostly held in interquarters, not in the global stage or in elite football. So I will not blame Yaman Eto'o at this time, but I'll blame our individual football stakeholders. There's something wrong somewhere. And it's also being a Southwest team. I would say it's part of our Southwest problem. It's not Feka Food General, it's our Southwest problem.
All right. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. So I wanted to know if the situation of the referee as you're talking is just on the referee is just the Southwest, or is it a general as you on your own view? Is it a general concern? Hello?
We're having a general problem of refereeing, and for someone that's been in football for some time now, I would say that it's a last stage. It's a last stage of the league. Teams are fighting to qualify. Teams are fighting to top the league. Controversies will be, but the extent in which Mr. Martin, the central referee of today in the Sosa game, took, I would say that he has been corruptible. And before the Elite Two playoff started, I wrote somewhere that Isosa is coming back to the regional league, because we all know the strive. Which Isosa is a Limbe team. Isosa doesn't play in Limbe, plays in Tico because of I don't want to call names. We know there's power struggle in Limbe with Isosa. So anything happening to Isosa now is natural occurrence. It was bound to happen. But disgracing our league openly that's what hurts. But I always say Isosa's matter is a Southwest issue. It's part of our problems. We're exposing our data lenience in public, the Southwest people. So I don't think this will happen to Tornay. You know, will not hit a headbutt a player in a Tornay match. But because it's a do or die affair, Toridey has played football. I don't know if a player walking to the bench and coming back it warrants a red card. I don't know about that rule. Maybe it's a new rule or it has been there. I've never taken note. But for a player to go and talk to his coach and come out and receive a red card, that shows that there's something has been done.
Tabi, the truth is, if we have complete details of all of this, then we can, from an honest point, say, okay, this was right, this was wrong. The question is, did the player leave the field when the player was going to his coach? Did the referee or the linesman tell him, hey, you cannot cross? You understand? At the end of the day, they are the boss. And like I've told you guys, whether we like it or not, these are human beings who are handling these games on their own personal reason. For their own personal reasons, they can decide to want to be biased to a team or whatever. You understand? What I don't understand, where I am actually like really confused, is the fact that back in the days, we will go to play games and we know fully well that we are going to play against Mutengene, or let me say Manfe in Manfe. The coach, the president, everybody knows that it will be difficult for us to win, you understand? But they will tell us that it doesn't matter how they cheat. First of all, don't argue the referee, don't argue the other players, don't argue the supporters, just play and play and play. Maybe our good playing style will convince our supporters to be like, you know what, I don't want to play game the way. I think for the place for Libya Lem, only ball will play. The supporter after the game they say, Master, una try, Master, una know, but if the ball will finish here, una will win like that kind of 7-0. You understand? So for me, the thing is, I don't understand how. Look at something like it seems like it's social. I saw their players sitting on the floor that they were protesting, whatever. In my head, I'm like, when did we get to this? You understand? Because if they do them, now their president or their coach, now they encourage and say that is the good thing to do, that's an okay thing to do. Well, for me now, guess what? Once you start train picking, say, oh, now because they actually cheat me. Oh, now because that's the reason why we are having all of this. Guess what? It shows that they play Elite 2, right?
Yes.
So how they qualify for Elite 2 if they don't like if they don't always cheat them?
No, Elite 2 they had a wonderful play. They had a wonderful team.
No, they never had a wonderful team, because if another man get a wonderful team, then the man they'll talk say they cheat them.
In the regional league, Isosa was beautiful.
Bro, wait till the travel tongue and say no. Once you don't start talking, they cheat you. It means any other man gets the right for talk to say, you know what, they don't cheat me too.
Yeah.
So if we understand and say, oh, they cheat me, it shows your account today, he play, he score. The other team say, no, they cheat me because according to we, now offside goal. Which will end?
My own concern, I mean, sound like a sellout. I want to know what Are Jefta told the referee to receive the headbutt. Because like in 2006 World Cup, Maserati talked about Zidane's sister before he got the headbutt. So there must be something that triggered that emotion. I don't think the referee is a barbarian to just headbutt anybody.
No. First of all, if we look at the image, right, you see about 7 players going towards the referee.
Yes, I'm contesting that. I cannot challenge that, but I want to know what was said.
No, let me finish. First of all, if you look at the images, you see about 7 players going towards the referee. In that position, any person, especially with the mindset now of supporters, of fans always advocating for referees to be beaten, guess what? You would definitely go into a defensive mode. Your first reaction will be like, hey, they want to do and two for me. If I get power for beat your mama, beat your man. Now, the reason way, initially, I never sat here to say, oh, they're not cheating Chico United or anything. My concern or our concern was the fact that as soon as I don't start to encourage vandalism, when I don't encourage violence, any small team, not deny they win them. The other day for Gazelle, for Garoua, Gazelle goalkeeper stopped 3 penalty. At some point in time, they should refuse something. If he come for fee, you understand?
And he stopped the game.
He stopped the game. What I'm saying is we can always look for other ways to solve this issue instead of seeing adults or people online who are supposed to advocate or teach these kids that, hey, cheating for football are part of football, whether we like it or not. It's as simple as that. No matter today they start cheating, we don't see cheating for all level. You understand? And then they talk saying a good thing, but they talk say there's always a way around it. And you know what's funny for me? If you hear in social they run their mob say, oh, they cheat with now because then too they will not surely cheat some person. Because person they never ever cheat.
It's has been. The problem is that we all know, as a Southwest, we all know that Sosa has been doomed to return back to a regional league. They tried it last year. Last year they struggled. This year they're playing the playoffs down. So it's something that I really knew that would happen. But they've lost, no matter what with the standings now, they've played 4 games and lost all the 4 games. So it's something that they're coming back home. But it's the manner you come back home matters too. Come back home with pride. And the referees or the allegedly or the administration would never wanted them to come back home with pride. There's a way that you drop down that you say that you have tried. You have tried, but it's not moving. Like if Bambutu's drop downs today, they've had good times. So it would not matter to them. They'll strive to come back up. The way Tornado drop down and they're striving.
Well, at the end of the day, go ahead.
What I think.
Thank Tabi, you. More take another caller, Tabi.
Thank you, Tabi.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pick the caller or let me
go ahead.
So I think Malik, shout out to you, brother. Long time no talk. So Theo Cruz, shout out to you. What I think is I've not said that it's a completely failure, but it's certainly very, very concerning what is happening with the referees. So what is happening is the same thing that is happening with the civil servant back home. You don't have good salary. So that's why whenever they appoint you in a position, you want to use that position to scam the fellow citizen. So what is happening for me, from my own view, is going from the fact that they are not really being paid the salary.
Mm-hmm.
So now when you create this kind of environment where the worker doesn't have money, is going to openly, like, let me say it as we say in the quartier. Mm-hmm. They're going to open a comptoir and they will be selling to the best offer. So to solve this problem, and I saw people talking about a strong institution. Yes, I really agree with you guys that things that we should have strong institution. But strong institution comes in also with strong means, financial means. So if the referee are not being paid, like I heard that I'm hearing here and there that they have not been paid for like 3 years or something, even though that one is just a political propaganda or electoral propaganda. But yet they are not really being paid. They are paid to the minimum. And we all know that everything is very expensive. So they're going to be using their position to try to meet their ends meet. You understand? So definitely, if you want to solve that problem, we should start first by paying them well. And then when you pay them, when you give them strict rules, to follow. I'm trying to take this matter contains this kind of good salary to referees so that they would stop selling the games to the best offer, and then give good teaching to our players. Tell them that, hey, sometime it will go your way, sometime it will not go your way. There's no perfect human work. There's nothing that is perfect. So we can still improve every day. We learn every day. So now the reason why someone is asking why the referee aren't being paid, I can take you. So let's take the call before I finish.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Good day, bro. Yeah, hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Can you get me?
Yeah, we can hear you
Wait,
clearly.
wait. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead. We hear you.
Oh,
Bro.
Emile Martin, dis-moi si le volume va maintenant.
I understand the way what you guys try to say, but football, one, you wait, move. Let's be real sometimes. You person way it watch football way no pay. It get emotion. Think of somebody way don't waste 60 million francs CFA. Those referees and they do those things. Because sometimes we talk about peace now when we know the inside that shoe. Because even though they fear me the chief here $2,000, see they will react. They have seen it from experience. The referring in Cameroon is a disgrace. Me personally, I don't take scouts them for here. They became so disappointed. No scouts want to deal with Cameroon. Ask yourself why Cameroon don't get big players them abroad. Because they want see the way the white man they believe they want a player where he don't play a professionally for their local country. Once you open something about Cameroon football, you step away the Cameroonian city with those people. You like me, you deny yourself. It's a disgrace. There's nothing there like. Though I'm not saying we sometimes they solve something with violence. I'm not encouraging violence, but we know people don't say there's a way out. In Cameroon football, there's no way out because the club presidents they don't have the power. The players don't have the power. Okay, that something that will happen to them against which I don't know. Maybe I'll send you the video. You where you go for Cameroon, where you check say that president or those players, and if you take that thing report to reporter. Once the referee don't destroy you, you are destroyed. You can't take it anywhere. Case closed. We can't keep doing this. These people they spend millions of francs here for. For example, you can't go through a lead one without spending at least 25 million. You spend that money without receiving anything, and somebody when a referee can take 200,000, just destroy you like that. So let's be real. It's either they stop. There's no leak in Cameroon. They fix it. There's nothing else. There's no way out. There's no way out. There was cheating in Cameroon. I'll be honest with you. These past 2 years is the worst that has ever been. Let's call it. There's cheating in football. There are mistakes. What is happening in Cameroon is vicious. It's just wickedness. Maybe I'll send off most of the videos you see. They have human weaknesses. Man is not perfect. But what is in Cameroon? Honestly, any person who don't watch football, if they show you those videos, it's not like this. They don't get conscious. How would someone spend 40 million francs CFA? Because they are not paying, you go and take 200,000 and destroy that person's life. Look at Ososha. How much did it cost to take those players and move all over Cameroon? More even take and say they not pay them salary. Carrying those players, go all over Cameroon, giving them 1,000 every day, paying them hotel bills, feeding them. And you just come and destroy like that. So it's not every time. It's easy to preach peace. It's easy to do this or talk a way out. All we will do here, me the tip you $4,000 to see how you react.
Oh, may I ask you some question?
Yes, brother.
What do you think the BB solution for that referee problem also?
The referee problem. The first thing where they spoil Cameroon League, I'll be very honest with you, now the club president.
No, I said, may you give me now, for it to be a solution for referee problem. If you think so, one fix the referee problem now, which possible solution you get them?
The possible solution where there for the referee problem, that's everything. Me they would denounce them the way it is. Because the thing I say, players them, I would show you some game like this. I'm not from Southwest. I've never been to Southwest, but I follow the game. That team, they don't destroy all their games. It's not like nothing. Then when they shoot down for down protest, they say they protest. How can you work hard for how many years under the sun, under dust? They run every day. They can't treat you like that. Then you shoot down for down, people complain. The president, how much he pay?
I don't ask you simple question. What do you think can be a solution or suggestion to solve the referee crisis or get them? Because you don't
point boycott the lead one until the federation take responsibility, say the sanction referee. How come one referee the referee like 6 matches in a row, other referee they no get work for work. Another referee is spoil all things.
Okay.
One referee refer like 6 matches on row. Where Cameroon get how many referees? The other ones they no get anything for them.
Okay.
Another referee the work as spoil all things. Me they boycott the league, give the reason why they boycott, then all man then it will create an awareness where even the federation will take and serious, because the thing about it is the federation even I think they don't tire their work. It's possible they like when you are into something for some time, after you get fed up, they like fake food, you don't tire. So they don't take things serious anymore. They refer them the job because if they refer them not everything, they can be punished. They will not be doing it. Even you take money, you go do them some pacha way. This one is just football get rules where every person they follow. This one there are no rules. It's like a street football.
So thank you very much for that contribution. Matt talks on tuning. What I would like or not, the problem with football for Cameroon and even football around the world, the only reason way for some side that it look a little bit better now because the human being the way they manage them, they be honest with themselves. You understand? And now the one thing that we read the preacher on this platform say, the day when they cheat Chico United, if Chico United don't cheat win Sunday, you not complain. The day when they cheat Chico United, not complain. You understand?
Okay, I agree that one, yeah.
We never call referee them for being responsible persons. Where even we say because referee they cheat now because they give themselves money. Now some person they give them money. You understand? So now the thing that I was say, sit here and talk about Aishosa and talk about blah 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 blah. There was a time that particular Aishosa actually qualified. They be qualified because they be known for play football, or they be qualified because they be get some man to way if they assist them for office. You get my point?
Yeah, I get you.
So we always want to make Cameroon look like, oh, now this person now be the problem. Oh, now this group of no. I always talk to them look at generally. The Aishosa are the common Southwest, right?
Yeah.
They be there Southwest, they be there Limbe. At some point in time, they move from Limbe, they go Tico. I think that Tico they did now. You understand? The question is why they move from. I don't want to even go into other details, but which I just have to talk and say, if at some point in time you don't start the complaint, say, oh, they win me now because they cheat me. We don't see team the Manchester United, they lost matches them back to back, right? So you want to talk say, oh, now because they don't buy player them. If you want to go look at their player, they say they get Casemiro, they get Onana, they get all these good players, but they lost games. You understand? Therefore, because I should have don't always win the games them. If we start lost now, it means that they cheating. This is my thing, right? What I like or not, right? Until that referee they get to that place where they are like, you know what? Are the dude and are the difference between referees back in the days and referees nowadays? How are they Brazil school? President for Brazil school be a referee. So first of all, now some Maui need to feel hungry. Now Maui if it referee now because he really like him. You understand? Contrary to nowadays, where maybe most of the referee them now people they wait now for they want make money and all of that. Even if Fekafu give them 1 million for salary every game, if the referee don't decide we'll go take 2 million, you understand? And I understand what you're talking about. People spending money and then referee they just can mess up and name a good thing.
No,
not a good thing. But what I try to talk and say, is there a possible solution? Is there a possible solution? Because for me, thinking say they'll pay the referee and fine will change everything. I don't think so will happen. But me, I want me to pay them fine. You understand? Education will be now on two way. You not only get for being for level for referee them. Now the reason where the other day I been talk say, shame on you, Tico United supporters. Shame on you, Tico United supporters. Why? Because even when it happen, all when it happen, guess what? Una allow me the game go to the end. Una coaches or una management go to the table, write their protest or whatever. Table and the side of the table, and then we'll continue. We'll fix things and way it not gonna be destructive. You now, Aisha, you say they cheat you. Tomorrow you come for another game, you win some man, the man to shit off for dance they cheat you. You want to argue how? You understand? If you be argue say they cheat you, it means another man. How they call them? Opopo losses they 3-1. No man they talk say they cheat them. You understand? But when they win, oh they cheat. So for me the whole go ahead.
I understand you. The thing that say, you see that same social. I believe say they don't lost games them before they no protest. So the truth that say it's good to try to create a balance. But if we no be all thing where they create a balance, they the truth not say people they win game, people they lost game. But when you look the way they don't refer this playoff, maybe you never see the videos, and when I get a lot, I'll show them to you. It's a total disrespect to Cameroon as a state and even Fekaput. That disrespect, even as a citizen. I'm saying it as a testimony. Look all over. You see, forget a player now when I Cameroonian outside. It's difficult. I've struggled to bring scouts for my own person. Why that's until I get connected. Once you just put them for open Facebook, me they look at their things. They get discouraged because it's a disgrace. Okay, man, ask you something. Even look at me there for waiting. Cameroon if you qualify for Champions League directly. What? They play playoffs for any competition. Why? They know fit Cameroon. You know if you take a Ballon d'Or for Cameroon player for Cameroon a Ballon d'Or, you go sign. Why? Because some person they get highest goal scorer for Cameroon. That highest goal scorer 9 goals and they been a penalty. So let's be real. We can fix the state, but if we try for bring balance, tell me how you player they come out Syria alone. Go sign for better club for Spain. But Cameroon is difficult. Because what? Highest goal scorer in Cameroon. No be highest goal scorer we play game. It's not like I'm trying to sabotage. Person where the top league for Cameroon. He win maybe some 4 or 5 games them. Na true fraud. How you expect me go compete for African tournament? Most stand up denounce this thing, they boycott that league build up Cameroon. When that repeat and they 2 weeks or 2 years, no get work, they come back to over adjust. If you want to take money for person, take a me there somewhere, but you know I've been following football in Cameroon for a very long time. This playoffs where they play and this very year, I'll tell you openly, I'll be a fan for yourself. No be say, but the way they blow football this year,
you should be fan
for Cameroon. Sorry?
You should be with a fan.
I'll be a strong fan for yourself, but if I talk against the social, that means say, I don't get something for Northwest or for Southwest over. But when you look the way they blow Cameroon football this year, right? There's a problem with that league. And they need to do something where they referee and go notice where they go stay home for 2 years or 1 year. When they come back, they go adjust. Because the problem now not be only the club. It is sabotage Cameroon football all over. One stand somewhere that this is the highest goal scorer in Cameroon. The thing we scout and go ask you. Just go bring a scout. Say this person win Ballon d'Or for Cameroon. The question where they will ask you.
What you're technically saying is because of a few bad seats who get most stop the whole league. Even the people the way they do well, where they know they need to cheat and everything, their life will be paused for 2 years because they one punition bad
my brother. The thing I say right, it don't no be that as for a point. The thing I say it don't sabotage Cameroon football. Ask any person where it do football agency will tell you. Ask any person when I FIFA agent, he will tell you the league has been sabotaged. You feel carry you carry for take player from Cameroon go Europe. You know say ask any person you do am. You know say you buy invitation letter because na Cameroon. You pay $500 even for La Liga club to bring a football player from Cameroon for trials because they don't believe in it. Ask anyone where they do football agency, they'll tell you. Like a FIFA agent. Because it's when you take the people, you always take some person in a scout sometimes, pay travel. They go look, they see discouraged, there's nothing. You know, believe that you can bring a player in Cameroon that will play. Ask anyone, it's not like I'm joking about it. Ask any person. When you go make a deal even for Euro talk, the next day, they will not come with you. So we need to take this thing so hard because what I'm telling you, in the next 10 years, you will not see a Cameroon player in Europe anymore. The league is a disgrace. You take a scout, tell me 5 minutes, you don't sign up. You want to talk for person, it's a need for me, you bring the player for Europe. Me, they organize a training camp. Me see the player before you leave water, if you even take you go on fire from Cameroon. It's a disgrace. Until you get into football business, you know how Cameroon has been sabotaged. How many Cameroon players can you play for some better place?
But the truth is when the man way they get a responsibility for fix and the one fix them, when he put in place rules and regulation for we for follow, what do? We don't want to respect them. More go ahead, more take another call back, and then by the way, I'll keep your number. Then I'll call you for, but I will need to invite you for a show on your own. So if you give me more information about what you think about Cameroon football.
Okay, thank you.
No, thank you very much. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, I don't know why I only hear you. When I call you back, I only hear you for the system.
So the solution why the mind say me will stop everything 2 years to really no, if it happen like that.
You slow so other begin their own.
Yeah, it's actually so we have some shining star that are shining now and people are watching them, clubs are watching them. So you give them now a 2 years stop. How are they gonna come? So now when you stop the whole machinery.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, you get me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You know why me I ever stress this thing? Strong institutions are needed. Football get for work together, government get for be involved, local governments have to be together and everybody working together with Fecafoot. I'll tell you something. Cameroon no get the wildest fans. Our fans are not even as rough as Turkish fans. You don't hear about hooliganism. And do you know why you don't see fans getting into stadiums in Europe, in America, and fighting against rep when they feel cheated? Now, because there are laws, there are strong laws. When you do it, they will lock you. Okay, that's what brings peace in football. Because a lot of people bet in football. This is emotional. It's about trust. Football is about trust. When you lose that trust, the fans and the teams and the refs and the federation, when there's no trust, football will not function. If you look at the fields, have you ever heard fans go fight the refs when, let's say, we have seen games, international games in let me say, Omnisport, and they say Cameroon is cheating. Have you ever seen fans jump in the stadium and there's fight? No, because first of all, the DMZ, which is main demilitarized zone, there's a fence, there's protection. Those fences are high. You cannot get in the field. There are police. There's everything to protect the players, the refs, and everything. There are rules and regulations. But in the local leagues, you don't see that. So when there's a little bit of chaos and loss of trust, they spend the money. It's as simple as that, my friends. If that is not fixed, how will football work? Okay? I mean, it's as simple as that. We don't need to be saying it's a toll, it's this, it's this. No, it's the way our society is functioning right now. There's a lack of trust and nothing works. I don't want to call names because I don't want to sound as if it's one side doing it. Or no. We have seen club presidents disrespect refs. So if a club president is disrespecting the ref, what will the fans do? Vice versa, we see a ref headbutting a player. So if this ref are headbutting players, what will the fans do?
And guess
You know,
what?
the trust is actually losing. I'm
What
sorry?
What you're saying, you get me?
Yeah.
Yes, I get you.
What you did talk are actually correct. And the reason now you hear me the other time, I was saying if we want to call out stuff, the same way we come here, we call out Bob Didi when we enter inside feed, they're suspending. You don't ever hear me do videos say, oh, why they're suspending? And they say no, because I know at the end of the day, you breach the rules, you get paid for. You paid for. You suffer the punishment. Now the same to what they talk say, we'll never get some person where a club he finds them. It no matter what level, what time, it no matter whether they cheat them or not. There are rules we must respect. And whether we like it or not, we come from a place where the resources are not there. You understand? The resources are not there, but we as a community, because we know the role where football they play, we encourage the people and say, hey, now line this you need to cross them. Now places you need to go. Because when you talk about Europe, about fields that are what do you call it, barbed wire protected and all of those stuff, or security. Guess what? If you protect field that way, right? It means you don't give them enough security for them to take money and then cheat after and if you beat them.
No. Remember,
No, I don't deny your point. I just try to talk and say until we fix the problem mentally, individually, you understand?
No, but listen,
as a person.
Which are the tribal talk often say? In a society, the way you fix a problem is by also putting people in prison. If somebody commits a crime, you don't lock them up, you don't fine them. How are you fixing the problem? The society, not everybody thinks the same. Some people, you have to lock them up. If the police people cannot look at a ref who assaults a player and lock him up, what do you think the others will do?
So what can you suggest for the matter? What can you suggest for the matter?
Especially the referee issues.
For the matter to be solved.
Okay, but that's
a tentative solution.
But most of the things I've been talking about, right?
Yeah.
I've talked about security around the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked about jail time.
Jail time.
Okay.
Like
because people will come there when they pay their money, and they think that the ref is the one that actually made them lose the game. They will fight, and if you don't put them in jail, then you are just encouraging others to fight.
Let him finish.
No, I want me make suggestions for the repeat the way all man say they cheat and at the end of the day.
No, but bro, them suggestion that they make.
No, I've said you give a suggestion for supporters and their fight the way they bring up.
No, you okay? I see what you do. You act immediate. There's no immediate way to solve that problem. You know, since when referee start cheat for Cameroon.
Oh, that was one point I wanted.
I will not tell you about that now.
To bring up, yeah. This time around, people are talking about it because we have social media, not that everything is just going on.
Exactly.
It's been existing since the 1990s. You understand?
Yeah. So now it's like going like wildfire, right?
So what we are saying is about a personal decision, saying that I decide
to do this.
I will do the right thing. I will follow the rules and regulations.
Bromas, I forget about it.
Exactly.
There's nowhere.
Exactly.
There's nowhere that you bring order and discipline without locking people up.
So you talk to everybody level for the referee. So if we cheat, if be proven say cheat, they lock you up.
Yes. Okay. That's the law.
All right.
You must see the put referee for jail for America here.
Lock people that picking their papa.
You say?
I would say no can't say it don't lock people that papa.
It's told the law.
Now so they ever talk all thing I talk.
No, but when I listen, no, you cannot be honest, man. No talk that kind of thing, bro. You listen and who you listen to? I don't ever have to say who you listen to.
But bro, I tell you, say people they always talk say
which people?
So man already come here and talk how we in Africa food give instructions. Make you feel
but
bro.
Toridey, you know, if you listen to all comments where people they make, and some of the shocking people they make comment, you go read that too.
So that man for comment section say you can't jail someone. Football is independent.
Who tell you say they not jail someone? Go beat referee for you. Can't beat referee for you no. They will lock you up.
Okay, may a conclusion. Make so other caller come in.
Yeah, I mean it's quite unfortunate, but I don't make this statement. A lot of people they call me a two-hater, but I don't talk say if the government and Fika Food are not working together looking into one direction, football for Cameroon no go change. All this fighting where they go now to referees and players is quite unfortunate, but it's a lack of trust. So in order to rebuild that trust, we need strong institutions. That's my conclusion.
Thank you.
Thank you, Baba.
I want to challenge that conclusion a little bit. True Lion, you be my man. Maybe challenge us more. See, the former executive administration with the Mbombonjoya, they were getting along with the minister, right? So the government, they were looking in the same direction. Nevertheless, the football activity was stopped all over. It was chaotic. There was no championship, no league, none of it. So I don't think that is a matter of Fika Foot and ministry looking in the same direction. That is solely the answer to that question. To be honest, that's another key to the answer. But most importantly, in this issue, we have to personally say that we want to change our mindset, do the right thing, follow the rules and regulations. If we are not perfect, we are human beings, we can call some wrong callings, but sometimes the referee will not make the wrong callings on purpose. They didn't really see, so they can't really judge something that they don't see. But that would trigger some player or some president or supporters that would trigger some their anger. But we have to understand that we supposed to be responsible. We supposed to be responsible enough and control our passion. All right.
Oh, take the caller. Hello.
Hello. I want correct this man may talk something. Football. Now, FIFA an independent organization. Cameroon government no get no right or position or any government on earth for cash a player lock him because of something we concern football or cash a referee or do anything. If not so, Cameroon government for don't jail it. You can't interfere. The only person where, if you look the FIFA provisions and all the things, the only person where, the only organization where it get the power for control that football, make adjustments in Africa foot.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I say, when you look at critically, I think for some reasons, I'll be real and honest here, it like the present FIFA foot administration, the kind torment where Cameroon government give for them, they got an entire. Where they know they take things them serious again. But nobody, if Cameroon government interfere for that thing carelessly, even Cameroon Professional Football League, they feel suspend Cameroon. Now only FECAFOOT and FIFA, now FECAFOOT get the power to stop everything we there for day. And that referee they make them because wait, there are no sanctions. Referee destroy, no be only or social. Referee destroy this match where it been a Egler Royal and something for I think that Douala on away. That one are the worst. I social that won't say but know about the problem. The same referee come again can blow another 5 games them referee blow and you won. Other referee they not get work for do. So when person make mistake, you know sanction you wait till you can tell it. Now who give that referee this other match them for the blow and continuously and why? Where other referees they not get a game for blow. So for referral.
Okay.
So the thing I say, wait, there's no other person to change that apart from FECAFOOT. Why? The one of them text them for FIFA shall say, wait, football not supposed to get interference. To a certain extent, like for can't catch a player go jail. No country, even American government, no feel jail a football player where they play and organize football. Where they play football, where it will be organized and recognized by federation. You know they happen for any place. So I want to tell another person say, you know if you catch a player or something for any place jail, they will just move you out of football for the war. You don't ever see them for outside.
Oh. Okay, Baba.
So what would do
I think that I want to contribute. So the thing I say wait, most times we give advice that we not applicable and you know people up anywhere. Now only Cameroon Football Federation can change football in Cameroon. If they can't do it, it will not change.
Okay, Baba, I'm take the other caller.
The population fit do na say whether they will boycott the league, na boycott and we think them will suffer. But that's the only way they have power. Apart from that, they don't have any power anywhere. The only federation will change them.
Okay, more take the other caller.
Asa. So as I was saying, this is not just a matter of government.
Hello. Hello.
Asa. So as I was saying, this is not. Hello.
Yeah, Baba, we use your volume for your Facebook.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, just the join una now. So
Baba, reduce your volume for your Facebook.
Yeah, so I just did join Una, and I sure that I missed a lot of important stuff, but I just hear way to it the last two callers then contribute. For the person where he just get off the line, it be wrong for talks to the Nofi maybe lock up player. Because we called before, I don't know if I recognize his voice correctly, I'm a true liar. It be perfectly right. If you assault a referee or a player, they feel lock you up. So I don't understand what the last caller they talk about say not be possible. Be possible. It's an assault, and the organizers of the tournament, which could be the Football Federation in this case, has every right to bring a case of assault against you, and you will be held accountable. So that's very, very possible, and there is nothing wrong with that. Nobody not get right for assault anybody. So I recall actually now for make a contribution on this Ishogosa. I hope so that they pronounce and the match we I just see and wait till it happen. I think there is a lot of blame to go around. I will start first of all with the referee. The referee, I know say the be assaulted, accosted, but there is no excuse for what he did. There is no excuse. So actually what he should have done was just maybe step aside, go out, go maybe to the match commissioner and wait there and give instructions and say, I have given this player a red card, he should leave the pitch before I come back on. If he's still there, I'm not coming back in. And then around the table, the match commissioner's table, he would then receive protection, because I'm sure that they had a few security officials around there. He would have received protection then, because it's difficult for police or gendarmes, whoever was responsible for security, to just rush into the pitch when he is not being attacked. So he was supposed to assess the situation and say, okay, I'm leaving the pitch until you guys have calmed down, or the guy I showed the red card to has left the pitch. That player has to be suspended as well. You're given a red card. First of all, he left the pitch. He went and took a message. I don't know what message. I couldn't really read it. Brought it into the pitch, which is against the rules of the game. And then they give you a red card. You now stay on the pitch. So I don't know, as an official, now the administrative part of it also, this is where I think that we need people that are responsible to be able to manage football, which means that people who understand the rules of the game. These are kids, and they need adults, responsible adults, to take care of them and tell them what they can do and what they are not supposed to be doing. How is it that a football game is going on? Your player is shown a red card. You call players, you write a message, and then you send the players. Players are sitting on the ground. When is that done?
Yeah.
Even if you feel that it's unjust, there is a procedure for you to protest. Most of us, I'm sure, I visit the NVT. I also have had the opportunity to lead teams to different Cameroonian competitions out here. And the very first thing I tell my players is that if anything goes wrong, it is our responsibility as those in charge of the team, the managers of the team, to address it with the organizers of the tournament. You as a player, you have no right to go and accost an official or the organizers of the tournament. If you do that, we'll put you aside and dismiss you from our team. Yeah. That's indiscipline.
Yeah.
And that's what I think we should be telling the kids. It's not done here. And it's so primitive to be saying this, and it will be shared around the world, and that would be the image they would have about our football. So the management of the show should be sanctioned. Some of those players should be suspended. The referee should be suspended. Yeah. So there is punishment for everybody, because this is a very poor image of our football. This is what I want to say. And again, I have the impression that all of this is happening because you have people that are working in the background to make sure that the league fails.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to work so that the league should succeed, and if it succeeds, they all benefit from a successful league, you have people that are making it a point for the league to fail so that they can point fingers at individual A, or it's Eto'o, he's unable to organize, he's a poor manager, it's this person is corrupt, referees are corrupt, and so on. That's not how we can build a proper league. And so there is enough blame to go around. And I'm just disappointed that we have responsible adults who are supposed to be guiding junior brothers and kids back home, and they are getting into small side games and actually destroying what they are supposed to build for the rest of the country to benefit from. So I don't know if you have any questions. That was my contribution.
But I'll ask you a question, and me too, I totally agree with you. And the thing now, the emphasize over here is our responsibility to teach these kids the right thing. Because one officer will continue to tell them today, say, oh, they cheat we, and then tomorrow they'll lose the game, and then they'll be like, no. Every game where they lose, it will be like they cheat you. Because I don't ever see some man scores on team scores on goal. Where all man be like, wow, that goal na really clean goal. At some point in time, you ever get some person will blame them. Either referee not do it, or and then they go be they don't blame players, they don't blame referee, they will blame Mary cook them chop, they blame their driver. That's not
true.
I want
so Major add.
Yes, go ahead, boss.
Major add something here. I not say they accuse referee them, say referee that they cheat, that they make mistake. But one thing I want to talk about, say, how many times when we for a year would actually don't watch football game, they show we something with all the VAR and everything. Initially, you be thinking a foul or not be foul. Then they show you another angle, then you see a foul. But we they should don't for years, so man, they just film something from one side, put it up for social media. Oh, not be offside, that referee the cheat. Oh, not be penalty, that referee the cheat. All man just take and they run with that. The way we say here, they show them 3, 4, 5 times, and we know if he even agree whether something a foul or not be foul for Premier League or Serie A or Spanish League. I need to talk and say referee they not be corrupt. But the talk and say at times we exaggerate the thing because we just want to paint the league black. We want people that they will work hard, make the league fail. Yep. And I know to see how if the league fail, it will benefit me. If the league fail, maybe it will hurt the president or the federation, the credibility. But at the end, now we as a country will go lose because we don't go provide that environment for we young kids the way they be interested in football, for be able for play and make use of their talents and maybe make a living out of their talent, because we don't destroy everything because we be so short-sighted. We see now how for help the next person rather than for build something where if it benefit the collective. So I just find all these things a little bit too embarrassing, and I don't know why the people that they do on the ground, where they be in charge of this team, they behave the way they behave. And why that for your previous program, I'd be very happy say they expel some of these club presidents because they don't get anything for do around football. Like future now president that the inside football pitch, the take player they mean they come out. If you behave that kind of way, like I don't know if your co-panelists will talk for this, what you expect how you expect me appear and behave, or your supporter the way you don't travel, the way you the president you don't enter for field. The top player they mean they come out for field. It don't make sense. But we tolerate all that kind of people that will accept and then turn for blame federation, for blame food. It don't make sense. We expect these people then for show a good example for the picking them so that the picking them eventually understand say it not the happen now. So and why that when they will come out here, if they eventually succeed for get a contract with second division or third division team, they not be carrying that kind of mentality come with them for here because they need to behave so for this side. You know go play.
We hear about the openly talk how we pay more than 30 iPhone, more than 35 iPhone because knowing fully well to be professional player, if you go late for training. Boss, thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much for your contribution. I want to ask you one question. We'll be see situation was Southwest where match against Tico United against the other club. The match not go to the end because Tico United support at the end of office if we cheat them. Homologation committee never sit for make decision for the match. Southwest Fekafood already passed orders saying they go replay the game from the minute where the game be stopped. And at the end of the day, I think Tico win or something. Now we never even hear what they don't sample. They don't punish Tico supporters. They enter fee stop the game, but they don't already go continue the game. What is your take on that?
Yeah, exactly. I think that will be just the mention say you get people the way they day for football. They claim say they the administrators and club administrators. They claim say they day for fake food for regional level and departmental level. But at times it's like say they don't even know the laws them of football, or they don't even know their own fake food rules and regulation. How a match will end because well, say spectators they enter for field, then I don't know if you get some homologation committee, and because I don't know the match will refer to whether na which level.
homologation
If
committee
na at
is
that level where they decide whether the match they continue from listening owner for Yaoundé for with the homologation committee for Yaoundé, whether na they decide. I don't know whether na for departmental level or for regional level where they make that decision. So, but food laws are supposed to be clear on who they make decision about a game, whether it will continue or they give the game for the other side, and then they penalize the stadium, they suspend the stadium or the club, and so on. So you know, if you just get the decision will be made haphazardly. So there are rules in place, and we have a problems with implementing rules. We write them and then put them in our lockers, and then decide to behave as if there are no rules, and then we are confused when things are not working right for us. So to me, it is about respecting the rules to which we all agreed to at the beginning of a season. If you do this, these would be the consequences. If your supporters rush into the pitch to stop a game, these are the consequences. So I don't know, even if they decided to continue the game and Tico won, if it is the homologation committee to make the decision, they can still always make that decision, and whatever happened after will not be considered, because that's what the rules say.
Okay, Baba, thank you very much for your contribution.
You're welcome, bro.
Yeah, I think another thing I want to talk also now, I think sometimes it be they will send on our FIFA go play, but then the homologation committee go see she don't homologate the whole match. You understand? So they'll say based on that half they be play at that time and the half they don't play now. Now, so we don't decide, because at some point in time people will be enter. I don't know, maybe something I don't know how it will. But okay, Paco Masango say ADC led by Barrister Fombo Jerry sat and homologated those 2 games, but the decision from the HGC were not followed. Okay, so they actually homologate the games then. Paco, Paco, if you call, just explain what we did the decision. I beg, if you get 1 minute for talk. They will homologate the game, and what was the decision?
Yeah, we will finish that when we conclude on that topic, and then we go to that. So as we were talking about the referee situation, so yeah, we can sanction any player any official, being player or referee, that commit an act of violence. We have several instances or example throughout the history. You have several examples that some people have written on the comment section. So yeah, as our last caller just pointed out, the referee for retaliating or for hitting that player was wrong, so he need to be sanctioned. All right, the players that came against the referee, they gather around him, need as well to be sanctioned, because they did the referee, they need to be protected as well. All right, and then the player, they give you a red card, go out, you can go out and come back in the field, you can do that. So it's against the rule and regulations. And above all, whatsoever is going on with this referee committee is, you know, that there's been a strike for other referee, that they say they don't want to go referee the MTN Elite 1, Elite 2, those the old referees, I mean the old faction of the referees. Now we have these young referees now that the federation is trying to bring up to cover that, to cover up. So now, yeah, you can see people have been talking on the social media that there's a referee that officiated 5 games in 6 different towns, I don't know, or 6 games in 5 different towns. So in
the man of the job,
yeah, of the week, yeah, that's exactly the problem, because now they are trying to work with what they have. Okay, being that the old referee association have withdrawn themselves from all activities. And moreover, we have to understand that whatsoever is going on right now, there are some people in the background pulling the strings. Okay, they are in the midst of a raging war. they want to overturn this actual executive federation, and then in few in 4 months time, 4 or 5 months time, there's going to be an election. So they want to showcase, it's a strategy, they want to showcase everything that's going wrong, so that they will say that this federal administration has been failing. We have do they have shortcomings? Yes. There are they problems that need to be fixed, of course. But has football moved a little bit ahead from 2020, or let's say from 2016 to 2020? Yes, of course. So we have to fix that. We have to look into our eyes as individual and say, hey, this is our own matter. Let's take it as individual. Let's take it individually and put in our mind that we need to do the right thing, follow the rules and regulation. And also, if we have these kind of games, this kind of game in this kind of environment, we should look for security. I don't know, maybe when you are the receiving
how
team.
to get security when ministry
I'm about to say something. When you are the receiving team, you can at least give this education to your supporters, to your players, and even to your official that, hey guys, we want to be a professional team. We are aspiring to be a professional team. Let's receive this team in a professional way. All right. And sometimes the decision might go your way, it might go the other way, and you take it. All right. And most of us here have been playing soccer. Sometimes the referee we call against us, when we say, okay, we just consider that we don't have a referee, we play our game, we try to make it as clean as possible, put our clean goal. All right. So let's work on our individual, and those who are behaving somewhere, they have to be sanctioned. Of course, they have to be sanctioned. So we can move to the game, to the issue that happened between the issue you were raising up right now. When I say we should conclude on this,
which should
the Southwest, not the referee. I mean the situation.
Raymond, shut it up. Whether I would like or not, Fekafu get their own share of the blame, whether I would like or not.
Everybody.
Fekafu get their own share of the blame. I will continue to emphasize the fact, see, the problem now we the individuals. Tico United to be replayed from 58 minutes, and an export game should be replayed from the beginning.
Yeah, you were talking about the homologation of
the match is considered null and void, but the regional executive accepted Tico, but Legend FA was declared winner of the Expo game and scheduled for semi-final against HDC. Okay, so when the child will explain around homologation committee their decision.
Yeah.
For that Expo match, if I remember very well, what actually happened was Expo was down, and because they claimed that they cheat them, correct me if I'm wrong, Tabi, their players decided to fake injury one by one.
Oh.
Because they know, say, if they go down to 4-man, technically the game is halted. But so it didn't fake. I would be realized this one. Until now, when I try to do, you understand? Because if I remember, at one point that they had like 4 players in the pitch or whatever. If that was actually the case, and Fekafu president be there for they realizing that they do me, I will support you to bypass the homologation committee. Because and that's what the problem is. If you see president or the executive for Fekafu start the bypass homologation committee, means something probably solidly. And I guess we continue to tell people, so until we start treat all the issues then with conscience, you understand? We start be honest. You understand? Then we know the game. If we want to continue and say, oh, maybe let's probably do so because they get confidence in homologation committee, go award them the match or go tell them they go play the game again. You understand? The game be there for how many minutes before that player they back out? Some kind of childish mentality. No man, no one lost game. No man, no one lost game. All man want cheat for win game, and then tomorrow when they want cheat you start to cry. You start to cry. I don't think say for me really go ahead.
I really want to hear Malik about, because he's been voicing out about this something that's this situation that's been going on in the Southwest regional federation. Malik, if you can call in, maybe you enlighten us with you've been having some facts that you've been putting on. So if you can call and give us a little bit of what is really going on over there, because I see you've been talking about the Bob Didi. Bob Didi is just one team. I don't think that Bob Didi is walking around talking about a social or talking about the Tico United, talking about the Elect Sport and all of that. I don't think that is controlling all of that. So, Papa, please, if you feel called to share your views on that, that would be nice. That would be really appreciated. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think, to be honest, now we have to understand that it's human beings that are really handling the Southwest Regional League. But for me, it is wrong to jump the HDC. All right, and give another decision. The decision should flow through the system. I mean, there's a organigram, the hierarchy. They should flow through it so that you make it really credible,
Organized, yeah.
organized and credible. But when you take a decision from above and then the HGC is saying otherwise, it creates this kind of chaos where you don't know exactly who is running what, who is handling what. So even if the FECAFOOT wanted to give a strong decision, they should have gone through the HGC so that it would show that the Southwest League is somehow being held in an organized way. So that's my take on that. But at the end of the day, we are human beings. We have shortcomings. We have failures, and that's why, like Nasako was saying, we should work on ourselves to say what is right, what are the rules and regulation, and we stick to that. That's how our mentality. Whenever we change our mentality and bring it to the proper way, we're gonna have a different result. But if we keep playing this game of, and we have this thing of ego, and no, you don't do that to me, you don't do that to me, man. We just follow. Just follow the rules and regulation, and we will get out. We will get up better from this situation.
Guys, I think we'll call it a day. I need to rest. The man need to go rest also. We'll do tomorrow again. Yeah, thank you very, very much. My take on most of these things them, until we as individuals will decide to be honest with ourselves. I mean, hope say as homologation committee say, may they go continue that game for 58 minutes. Malik for come online can say, oh, FECAFOOT una wrong, una go for sanction Tico fans them. Because actually we see videos, they actually enter with fit threatening with all of that. What if we feed them for Saturdays until they say, you know what, I need to blow me again? Because it shows this, so even if support that they can beat me, federation no do nothing go find you will free them. So at the end of the day, all what we do will actually will help the people they want sabotage the league, sabotage the federation, and sabotage Samuel Eto'o. But trust me, as I talk about the previous show, the seed of destruction, the seeds, the bad seed that will plant and today, it will haunt we. Suto no go ever believe. My brother was Canada Neville. He just come over talk for you how he be agent. Now so it's difficult for you for even carry player go any side. Then he look at the league. When I feel say after this, so it go just clear. No, when the people they don't get some kind of mindset about a group of people, them it no matter whether Nigeria produce 1 million doctors in 1 year. They see no, they not see na the kind of people them. When they don't get a mentality, say Cameroon and Cameroon league, Cameroon football like the national. Now the reason why every day they tell people say they pray. May Onana do fine for Manchester United. When Buemo go for them, may it win team them. You understand? It go clear, it go clean that yeah, it go clear for other people them. When Barcelona will accept me Samuel Eto'o bring all the people they can do travel, then because they look at like wow, if that play where come on, maybe some other good one they did it.
Some good one they did it. They don't make some more money.
Yep. So what's the conclusion? That's for me.
So we started earlier. We started with the situation of Samuel Eto'o. Yeah, it was true that the document that was put out was not fake. They were real, but the history was a little bit. They cut the history short. They should have told you that yeah, it happened because Samuel Eto'o got a mandate from the executive committee to do that, and based of the sanctions that were on Russia at that time, it was really hard for people to transfer money out of Russia. And the little banks that were able to make that kind of transaction was asking about 30% of charges of the amount. So the only way to make that amount was to make it go through Qatar. That was the easiest way of getting out the money, and then which the executive committee give the mandate to the president to receive the money into his account and then transfer the money to the federation, and the game held in a proper way, and we never had heard anything about it. So that was the history. And now for the for this referee, for the referee. Get the right small. We've been saying that we have to at least pay them. Let's pay them. I heard 3 days ago that the president of federation disbursed like 80 million to clear up their bills. So let's pay them in the regular basis so that they will stop to go and collect money from this president and that president. And also this president, please.
Police they collect money, so they need pay them.
Please, president, please stop going out there, give money to the referee because you want to win games. You can, if you want to win game, train properly, treat well your player. Those money you are giving to the referee, give it as prim to your player. They're gonna play well. They're gonna play well. Trust in your players, okay? And then now this incident that happened today with the referee hitting the player because the player was sent off and the team got heated. They said that they were being cheated. So they should all be sanctioned. The referee, the players, and all that, they should all be sanctioned. If they don't, they have to face a severe sanction for this kind of habit to be. We don't want to see this kind of habit again in our field team. And I want to say that
hello, this is an important message from tech support.
The decision that the HDC of Southwest have taken, and then it was overruled by the federal administration. For me, it was wrong for the federal to do it that way.
No, by constitution, is that not possible?
I did not look.
No, let's not just sit here also and say what's wrong. You understand?
Because if you have institutions that are representing you in that league and you want to make your decision go, let your decision go through it.
So what I'm trying to say is, right?
Yeah.
If the constitution stipulates that after the homologation committee sits, you understand, and come up with a resolution, they have to forward it to the executive to read through the decision and then endorse it. So it can still be a situation where the homologation committee sits, come up with whatever, push it ahead, and these people ahead. It's just the same thing like when the judge sits and then the juror or whatever they call them, you understand? What they're doing is they're not telling the judge that this is what you must do. They're just telling the judge that based on what we think, you understand, at the end of the day, they're still going to read through everything.
But that's hypothetical, right? Because we don't know if the text gave them that right to do so.
And that's why I say we should not just also sit here and conclude that no, they are wrong. You understand?
Yeah. Let's not speak hypothetically, because this is the same situation where we find ourselves when the minister went ahead and appointed a coach, which is not his prerogative. You see that thing? And then when you ask the minister, he say, no, the convention that we signed will tell me so. Or forgetting that the convention is below the presidential decree. All right.
So which I don't deny. My thing is we need to do our research also, right?
Yeah.
Because trust me, I know people, like we said, they are trying to push narratives. You don't go here and say so constitution for Southwest football, it don't stipulate, say, even after homologation committee sits, you understand, the executive board is still for she don't make the final decision. So the homologation committee, the homologation committee figure being at that body way, now the fact finding, you understand? When I bring it all to when I get that, when I bring with this, when I bring with that, after when I bring all that, they should and they say, okay, based on this will get them, now so we think. The executive committee also have a seat, and like I said, if I remember fine, Tabi, correct me if I'm wrong. Election end with 4 players for fee because according to them, all their players they start get injury. Remember, say it's social. The day for fee, game don't be way to a day. Their coach call them, write something for paper, give player, and the player end up doing it. The player end up show the team for no, it end up. I think I have the picture. I think I have a picture of that. Let me see.
So yeah, we have to go by the rules.
I think I downloaded the picture.
We have to go by the rules. So let's say this. Hopefully, whatever decision the federal administration did, they were following the rules, because that's been our problem. We want everybody to follow the rules, and that's the way forward. And as Tabi is talking, that Bob Didi was chased out of the Centenary Stadium. Bob Didi is sanctioned. Why is he even going to the stadium?
No, the one of different. They're sanctioned for all games and for Popo games.
Oh, now for MTN Elite One though.
If it's specified, they say only Popo games, things like that.
So he went. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for your contribution. We're gonna come back tomorrow, and then
we'll talk more about Club World Cup. We'll talk about that today.
Yeah, we'll talk.
So for some reason, I'm liking this setting.
So we're gonna talk tomorrow about the Club World Cup, and your input will be well appreciated. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and then thank you everyone that contributed, calling, messages, commenting, liking, and sharing. We appreciate your support. See you tomorrow.